bag of these. I think they're Canadian, maybe? Or from Chuck E. Cheese, I don't know.
They're golden drachmas.
In this scene, we see Percy get confused by the coins. And yes, of course, he's not seen these before. However, mistaking coins and having like struggles with money and figuring out a tip at a restaurant, those are actually like things that could be difficult for a dyslexic, but specifically more somebody with dyscalculia. Somebody who's dyscalculic definitely could struggle with coins. It's actually something I put inside the next book in the Power of Empathy Early series because it's just so important and something that is not often talked about. Of course, in this scene, Percy is getting confused with the drachmas, but I love to add it in the dyslexic breakdown because coins can actually be a struggle for a dyslexic, but especially for a dyscalculic person. Annabeth's indecisiveness when it comes to this scene, I think, was something that I immediately picked up on watching it the first time because it's definitely a sign of ADHD. It doesn't really matter what kind of snacks she gets for this trip. They're on this entire quest that matters so much more, and she makes decisions a lot faster when it comes to like more important things and problem solving. So the fact that she is really struggling with this one just kind of makes me laugh a little bit, but I think it's a really good scene to kind of understand she's really struggling with just what to get.
So much bigger than we can understand right now. We have to move forward, whether you like it or not, whether you want to or not.
You don't want to call camp? Fine.
This scene, I think, does a really good job of portraying her resiliency, her drive to complete things and to really push forward. I think this is something that a lot of dyslexics can relate to in the sense that we've had to push a lot when going through school and just like surviving. So the fact that, you know, you get to see this little clip of her saying like, no, it doesn't matter, like we are moving forward, we are moving on. You can kind of relate to that in the sense that you've had to do that most of your life as a dyslexic to kind of push through those tough moments of struggling to learn how to read.
Aunty Em has a garden full of petrified stone folks. Yeah, this is someone from our world, all right. Anyone want to guess what Em is short for?
In this scene, we see Annabeth immediately put together all of these different points of information and kind of reason together what is actually happening and where they are and who they're actually going to go see. I think that this is a really good kind of way to see this dyslexic strength on the screen.
I can't explain it. My mom used to tell me her story. And the point was always, she isn't what people think. And I definitely trust my mom.
A dyslexic strength that we see here is Percy's ability to analyze the stories that he remembers. One, he remembers them, and two, that he's able to analyze them in a different way. And yes, his mom and him has talked about it his entire childhood, but everything's kind of been completely different for Percy ever since he found out that everything was real and that he was a demigod. So his ability to kind of continue to remember the stories, analyze them from a different perspective, knowing that they're real, and kind of figuring out what to do here shows off his dyslexic strength really well.
I think I've got a better idea what to do with this. Hermes Express. She ships these things all over. Some of it goes to Olympus.
The saying, think outside the box, is exactly what dyslexic thinkers do all of the time. And yes, we do see this clip of Medusa saying this.
When I ship your statues to Olympus, maybe that will get my point across even better.
However, I still give this point to Percy. I think he's thinking outside the box of shipping Medusa's head. So, you know, I really give this down to his out-of-the-box thinking and something that he may or may not regret in the future, but it's something that typically Annabeth and Grover would never even think about. So I really like to see this scene.
You're gonna sing the song, aren't you? Okay.
Oh, golly. The road's getting bumpy. Consensus.
Even the first time watching this stuck out to me as something that would definitely be true to like the actual happenings of a dyslexic or ADHD individual, because I don't think they would really remember everything of this song. And so I love to see like him starting the song and then just going consensus, because that is so accurate. And recently in an interview, I saw Arian talk about this line, and apparently it's something that Walker did like out of script on the ADR, and I'm like, it is so smart. So great job to that kid. I don't know if it was done for dyslexic representation specifically. However, I don't care. I love it. It's so good. Overall, with this episode, even though there is a lot less representation throughout that I saw, I'm still pretty happy with it because they're going on this quest. They got a lot going on. And so it's going to be interesting to see as the season progresses, is this kind of going to be the steady amount of representation that we're going to see, or is it going to kind of bounce between different amounts per episode? So I'm interested to see how it continues to grow from here, and I just love to like continue to see it. I love watching these episodes specifically for this representation, because it's just so fun to like pick out these little tiny moments that someone could relate to who is dyslexic or ADHD.